Now, this morning we are going to be traveling to Jamaica. Yes, we're going to meet the Valkyries of Arcadia. What are they? You're going to find out. Good morning to you, Empress Nile.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Now, Empress Nile is the manager director of Valkyries of Arcadia. What is that and what do you do?
Well, the Valkyries of Arcadia, we are an all girl pop entertainment gaming group. What that means is our focus is gaming, but we also do have other talents, i.e., singing, dancing, acting, modeling. We do cosplay and also create and host events.
Now, how long would you all have been around and what are some of the goals and objectives of the Valkyries?
Well, we've been around, we're a 20-year-old company. We've been doing this for a while. And since in Jamaica, have been here since 2015, thereabouts. And our goal is to really empower, entertain, and educate people, especially women, about the pop culture industry, the pop entertainment industry, and show that you can be your authentic self while doing what you love.
Okay, and what you love is gaming. So I want you to tell me about your experience as a female gamer. What are some of the games that you've been traveling to compete in? How much time do you spend online? What is it like in your world?
Well, growing up, we go from the beginning. My mother introduced me to gaming. Shout out to mom. She got me my PS1 and I've been playing games since then. Now time passed and that console sadly broke. But I recently, in 2015, I guess, won Jamaica's first Just Dance Off tournament. And since becoming that winner, I decided to step back from competing and really focus on building a community, building a network, getting outreach, getting
Well, I know
awareness for.
Nintendo 64. Okay.
Com- yes.
Yes. No, you would have given a little bit away by telling us what your first game was with the PlayStation 1. But since then, we've gone really, really far. So, like, what are some of the games that you actually enjoy playing most? What would you say is your top game and what's the top score?
Well, there are several. There is Call of Duty Mobile. That is my favorite game. um, Pokemon Unite. It's something similar to League of Legends, but more Pokemon style. Just Dance, because as you know, the Caribbean, Jamaica is so rich in dancing, and I think Just Dance meshes well into Jamaican culture. Those are a few of the top games I'm into right now.
Okay. Now, that's the gaming world, but you'd mentioned that there are a number of other things you've done, dance competitions, modeling, what have you. So, how do you see yourself in terms of mainstream entertainment? Because I think at one point you all even had a successful show.
Yes, there are several. I also do host the Lab Video Game TV. I hosted back in 2022, 2023 thereabouts. I was there for almost 5 years. So that's a really good experience to get into TV, see what it's like. So I'm used to stuff like this now, thanks to that. And from that, I can expand into other things.
So, what is your name in the world of Valkyrie's women? Who are you as a character?
Me, I'm pretty much the administrator. I am the manager. I work between administration and the Valkyries to see what is possible in terms of events, what's feasible to do, what's more beneficial for the group, um, hosting cosplay competitions and stuff like that, and other events. I basically manage the girls, and I play that role as it relates to being with the girls. I'm pretty much jack of all trades. I can do one of everything. The girls are very talented. They draw me into everything. There's the singing, that is Kwanai. She does her performances and She gets us into it. I keep telling her, girl, you're the only person that God blessed with a lovely voice. Please use yourself. But she always brings us into it. And we still support her. Then we have
Yes.
Hasari. Hasari is our dance coordinator. Whenever we have performances that requires dancing, she gets us right. We have Alicia. She's in charge of wellness, fitness, emotionally, physically. And then we have Silva Nico. She's into cosplay and graphic design. I think that's all the girls that do it. And then I'm pretty much the one that comes along and puts it all together.
Okay.
Then
And
Empress.
you all are spread out between Jamaica and the US. So, how is it keeping it all together, ensuring that we all know when an upcoming gaming tournament is going to be on or a special anime session to, get us all right and on track?
Well, thanks to social media, we're all spread out. We have the Valkyries here in Jamaica. We have Valkyries in the US. Shout out to Robin and the others. And we also have Valkyries in Ghana. As I said, thanks to social media, it's really not that hard to communicate with each other, to arrange gaming nights where we do our live streams together. It's like they're a phone call away at least.
So, in terms of 2024 and the Valkyries, what are you looking to do? Are you looking to get younger girls on board in the gaming world? What are some of your plans?
Well, we're always looking to expand. Who wouldn't want their business to expand? In terms of events, Anime Campus is right around the corner. That is Jamaica's largest anime cosplay convention. Gamers can go there. Cosplayers can go there. If you're into pop culture on a whole, that's where you want to be. Um, in terms of the Valkyrie's personal long-term goals, this year I'm making a really big push to create the Valkyrie's own, as I say, what studio, so we can do our reality TV show, because people have been asking, what do you guys do behind the camera? How it goes behind the screens, and I think the best way to show that is through a reality TV show. I can see everything into our lives.
Now, that is quite an undertaking. I mean, you all would have had some foray into it before, but now you're looking to take on a full production. How much planning have we had thus far in terms of trying to pull the show together?
We had 1 year to bring it together, and I have the administrator helping me with those things as well. So it's really not that hard. It's just to really create the space, and we already have the means and we have the content. That's not a problem. So it's just, and the experience. So it's just to bring it to TV and do it.
Okay. And in bringing it to TV, will the Valkyries also look to pull the male end on board as well? Are you going to give any exposure to them? Because you all are an offshoot of that. So are you going to look to expose them too?
Well, the men, the dudes. To be honest, they've been had the exposure. As I said, the Valkyries, we are the female division of Empire Arcadia. That means Empire Arcadia would be the umbrella, right? You have the Knights of Arcadia, which is the men who focus on the war and the competing and fighting, and but you have the women now who express ourselves differently. We game differently, we live differently. So, the dudes been had their run now. It's our time to run stuff.
Yes, it is the female. It is time for women to take over. Now, you were saying that in gaming, women express themselves differently. How so? I mean, because a controller is in your hand, you talk to people in pretty much the same way. What makes it different for how a woman games compared to how a man games?
We focus not so much, well, we do compete, but the difference I would say is more content creation, because we express things differently, we do things differently. And our side, well, I can speak for the Valkyrie side, we mostly focus on social gaming, not so much competing. So that's active gaming, keeping fit. So it's not just to compete. We use gaming to fulfill our lives in other aspects as well. So that I think
Okay.
would make it different from the men.
Now, they compete a lot and they do a lot of the esports, but like for you females, are you also looking to perhaps get into that? Can we see you, say, coming to Barbados to try to have some tournaments with some of our people here? You know, how far are we looking to push this?
Well, I personally, me, I've always wanted to island hop. I always wanted to see what it's like, what it's like for my next door neighbors. So I always wanted to bring games like Just Dance because, as I said before, the Caribbean is so rich in dancing, and I think games like Just Dance is a perfect way to have like social but still competitive with with the audience. And there's also Anime Con. I heard you guys have your own anime convention over there. The Valkyries are looking to go there to see what it's like, see if any differences, what you guys do different. We want to bring Just Dance to Anime Con as well, and to see what it's like over there.
Okay, well, you know, you're more than welcome to come and see what we do here in Barbados. Now, in terms of the show and the startup of it, what kind of timeline have you put in place?
This year, we're looking at this year to next year. Basically fall to going to 2025. So like August ish, September ish, going into the early next year.
Okay. Now, for you, with the costuming part of things, who makes them? Because I know Jamaicans have a rich culture of doing costuming, especially for the whole dance hall issues. But who does your costuming?
Well, I have Silver Neko to help me out with that. As I said, she is in charge of cosplay. She has the most experience amongst the girls in competing in cosplay competition, from Trinidad as well. So she it would have the most experience getting us right into that. So she normally helps me with my cosplay. She helps the girls to either make or source or cosplay for events and stuff like that. So yeah, I would leave that. I leave that to her. She gets me right every time.
Okay, so what are the ideas for the anime con coming up?
Well, that is to be announced.
You don't even
What?
want to give us an inkling as to the characterizations or anything?
Well, I do have some costumes in mind. I'm thinking with my cosplays, I like to do things that I can either emulate easily or I resemble. So my ideas for this year, give them surprises, but it's Nubia. That is actually Wonder Woman's sister. For those who didn't know, Wonder Woman does have a sister, and she is a queen. She's melanated, and she has hair like me. So, and then there is Urbosa. She is from Breath of the Wild, I believe, and Legend of Zelda for all the Triforce fans out there. And I believe I can emulate her well, and that those are my ideas for cosplay this year.
Okay, and great ideas they are. So I am happy that you are showing that it's not just about men in this gaming space, that women can do it and women can do it well. The other area I wish we could delve into was the whole idea of women actually creating games for themselves, which are more female centric as opposed to, playing the ones from a man's world, more or less. But I want to thank you so much, Empr3ss Nile, for coming on and to continue managing the Valkyries of Arcadia. I wish you well.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Yes. We want to thank her, Empr3ss Nile, coming out of Jamaica. Coming up on Morning Barbados, we're going to be talking with Shari Pollard, the Assistant Director of Dance Fest 2023.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning.